we can do the same action hundreds of times. And we can do the same action that we think will create the same result. But the attitude in which you do that same thing affects what the result is. You can dig a hole and you can use the same tool, same everything. Well, there's too many variables in digging a hole. Something similar. You can make a stroke on a piece of paper and it will just be, say it's an L, just the letter L, and that letter L is a letter L, whichever way you look at it. However, depending on how you do it, depending on how the letter L looks, and because of the minutiae of everything, if somebody reads it in a different way, they'll read it in a different way, or they'll pick up something different from it. We think it's all something quite ethereal that goes on, but it's really very physical. Well, not we all do, but it's very often easy to think that. And if you expand that into something else, so if you give somebody a piece of cotton wool, if you give somebody that'll do. If you give somebody a cup of coffee, they can take, depending on how you give it to them, but it's still just giving them a cup of coffee. They can take it with gratitude, with love, with thankfulness, or if you do it the wrong way, they'll take it out with either, if you've done it different ways, you could take it as it's a slur because you're just giving them a cup of coffee. They feel pity for themselves, they feel something, so they feel less for themselves. But if you do it in a different way, you can just be doing exactly the same thing. You bring that down to really simple things, and that was fairly simple. It is quite extraordinary, isn't it? Yeah, it is. Take that out. Same way as doing the paintings. It's the same thing. Although I have found that because I do it so often, is that the action of doing it, rather than me put the idea before I do it, although that does happen, but I mean, by doing the painting, it actually lifts me rather than anything else, regardless of how I'm feeling. Which is kind of the other way around. Which is good. That was a lovely point in there, but you can't put a point. Whoops. Green. Don't want to be green in there. But you can't have a point like that. Whoops. And again. Good. That's lovely. What am I going to do on top? Probably a bit of white in there. There seems to be a bit of white. I love white to lift it. How you put it on the trowel and how it comes off is also different, because you think you're going to put on, using my sewing thing that I will change eventually, but at the moment it's staying where it is. This could be all green. Perhaps it's all green today. How many other greens have I got? Well, I'll have to be a green and white. Might be just a two colour. Whoops. I've just slopped all the white into the green. Not great. That one. Put that on there. Oh. And I've also slopped it all over the floor. Absent-mindedly. Pick it up. Oh, and the white's gone on the floor now. Not what I expected. I spent all that time just putting that on there. And we will. What will we? Can I leave that as it is? Don't know. Just gonna do that with the... Don't usually do that, it's mixing the paint before it goes on the painting. But shall I leave it as it is? I don't want that coming out the top there. I want this just there. Oh, maybe do it with the smaller knife. Get the cut out of the way, and just a tiny little bit off the top. Okay.